Journal reflection on Romans 1:14. I am debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. After sitting quietly with this verse, and I don't feel like I'm just reading Paul. I feel like I'm listening to a man who has carried something so deep, so heavy with love, it becomes impossible to stay silent. Paul doesn't sound proud here, he sounds humbled. And what touches me deeply is that he doesn't owe money. He owes Christ, not because he has to, but because he has received. Paul had once been the one throwing stones, now he's laying his own life down. That change doesn't come from duty, it comes from an overflowing heart. He saw Jesus, he received mercy. He was given grace he could never repay. So now he walks through life not as a collector, but as a distributor of Christ. And here in this single sentence, I realize how Paul sees the world. Not in categories of status, language, intellect, or culture, but in one single category: souls who need Jesus. Whether they're Greek philosophers or uncultured strangers, Paul says, I owe them Christ. I stop and think about myself. Do I carry this same awareness in my soul? Sometimes I find myself measuring people, whether they'll understand, whether they'll accept, whether they're open enough. But Paul shows me something different. He walks into every place already knowing I owe them love. Not because of who they are, but because of who I've received. This kind of debt isn't exhausting. It's not pressure, it's passion. It's the fire that comes from knowing that Christ didn't save me to sit still. He saved me to let him flow through me, to everyone, even to those I might never have chosen. And what stirs me even deeper is how inclusive Paul is. He says Greeks, barbarians, wise, unwise. In today's language, I imagine, I owe Christ to the intellectuals and to the migrants and to the street vendors, to the professors, to the aunties selling tissues by the MRT, to the angry taxi driver, to the atheist neighbor, to my own family member who mocks faith. Paul holds no preference, no pride, just passion. It makes me realize this gospel isn't about me knowing more than others. It's about me carrying something too precious to hide. Lord, I want to walk like that, even though I feel so small. Even though I still battle with fear and weakness and wondering if I can even speak clearer. But I've seen you, and that means I carry something. If Paul could say I am a debtor with such tenderness and conviction, maybe I can learn to say it too. Not because I must, but because I've tasted something that must be shared. Lord, help me be a vessel that carries Christ. Not to the wise only, not to the ones who agree with me, but to everyone. Especially the ones you love deeply, whom the world forgets. Like Paul, I want to carry you. Not just in my words, but in my heart, in my tone, in my silence, in the way I look at people, in the way I pray for them behind closed doors. Let my soul say with no shame, I owe you, Lord, and to everyone I meet.